Hello everyone. So we're gonna do splits first because I know I definitely have not been stretching my splits enough. And I thought it'd be a good idea since we just did a lot of hips and butt and hamstring stuff with Sarah. So we're all warmed up. And then we're just gonna add on from the yoga kind of back flow that I did last week because again, my back has been so bad since I've been doing, work and school from home. So let's get on our knees and we'll start with a hip flexor stretch. I always start with my training leg or bad leg first because it definitely makes it easier when you're doing your splits on the good side second. So we're gonna stand like this and then you're going to tuck your hips under. So you're like this, pushing your sits bones towards the wall in front of you. And then you're gonna bring your bottom leg arm up towards your ear like this and then just lean slightly forward. You should feel a very deep stretch right there. Hip flexor, I know I do. I have very tight hip flexors. And we're gonna chill here for a couple seconds. And then you're gonna put your hands on the ground by your toes. And then you're gonna straighten that front leg and then do 5 windshield wipers with your toe. So I'm just rotating my leg inside and out. Then you're gonna take a big deep breath in. Exhale, nose to knee. Try to keep a flat back. It makes the stretch in your hamstring definitely stronger than if your back is rounded. And then when I'm in this position, I like to do a couple more windshield wipers just to warm up all 4 of your hamstrings. I'm gonna get my timer because we're doing 1.5-minute splits. Okay, when you're ready, you can slide on in and I'm starting the timer. Make sure your hips are square. So when I'm here, I like to just push up a bit, tuck my back leg under, and then slide in a bit more. Like that. And I think about pulling my pinky toes to the ground and squeezing my knees. This lets me walk my hands a bit further back so your chest is nice and open. I see a couple people using blocks. That's a great idea if you need extra support. And we have a minute to go. Make sure you squeeze your knees straight and keep your hips square. And point your toes. That's a big one. About 30 seconds left. I like to walk my hands back again and make sure that my hips are still square. And then take a deep breath. And then release and sink even further down to your splits. All right, we have 10 seconds left. And let's take our hands off for the last 10 if you can. And 5. Good. And sit on your bum. And windshield wiper out your legs. I find this nice to reset the hips after we do splits. It makes them feel nice. All right, let's do the other leg. So again, we're starting with that first hip flexor stretch. So you're not leaning deep into your lunge like that. You're simply just tucking your hips under, pushing your sit bones towards the wall, and then taking the same arm that's your bottom leg and raising it above your head, and then gently leaning a bit more forward. I find this stretch really good because I do have tight hip flexors, so it does make me go a bit further into my splits when I would do this stretch first. All right, then you're going to put your hands by your foot, and then you're going to pop your bum back and straighten your front leg. And I'll do a couple windshield wipers with your foot. And I try to make sure my back is nice and flat here again to make sure you get the full stretch in your hamstring. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath and then exhale, and you're going to go nose to knee. Again, try to make sure that your back is nice and flat to get the full stretch. And then we'll do a couple more windshield wipers while we're here. All right, and then slide in when you're ready, and we'll do the next split. So again, I like to, once I'm in my split, I like to push up, tuck my back hip under, and then sink down, and then point my front and back toes, squeeze my knees, so that lets me walk my hands further back into the stretch and the split. Make sure you breathe. I'm pretty bad at holding my breath during stretches, so try to focus on your breathing, especially when it hurts. That's definitely when you want to focus on your breath and think about focusing your breath to those tight areas. Make sure your toes are pointed, squeezing those knees. And we're coming upon 30 seconds left, so make sure you lift up, reset your square hips, make sure you're not cheating. And then walk your hands further back again to make sure your chest is nice and open. Lots to think about in a simple split stretch. And we have 20 seconds left, keep going. Keep breathing. And again, we have 10 seconds left, so take your hands up if you can for the last couple seconds. Good, and then bring your legs back to the middle and windshield wiper your hips again. Good. Now, middle splits definitely aren't my favorite, but we still gotta do them. So we're gonna do a 2-minute frog, and I'll call out every 30 seconds. And then you can pick when you want to have either both legs in frog, one out, the other one out, or if you want to go full middles the whole time, that is totally up to you. I like to do frog for about a minute and then middles for the other minute. But again, it's totally up to you. I'll call out the time. So if everyone wants to get into their frog position, I like to think about having a 90-degree at my knees and then just lowering my body down to the stretch. And the time has started. Middles are definitely my least favorite, so I don't do them nearly as often as I should. It's a good thing I have you guys here to do it with me, because I definitely would not be doing this alone. And I also like to rock kind of side to side, because I do have very tight hip flexors, so this stretch definitely isn't nice on my hips. All right, that's the first 30 seconds. So if you want to change the way your legs are positioned, you can go for it, but I'm going to stay here in frog. All right, that's a minute. So if you want to change your leg positions, myself, you are more than welcome to. I like to use my yoga mat as a guide, so that I use the edge of my mat to see if my legs are in a straight line. So I line my legs up with the edge of my mat to see if my splits are a straight line or not. I find that helps. Total up to you. I find if I jumped, one leg is definitely closer to the middle splits than the other one, so this one keeps me honest in my stretches instead of cheating. Make sure you breathe in. Try to sink down further. We have about 15 seconds left. Keep breathing. And 10 seconds left. You got this. I know this is uncomfortable for a lot of people, myself included. And we're done. And then we're going to do a final windshield wiper. Our legs. Whew. All right, grab a drink of water if you want before we do the little back flow. Gonna fix my camera position before we start. All right, when everyone's ready, we are going to stand up. I'm probably gonna be cut off, but that's okay. And then we're gonna start again with a big reach up, going to tiptoes, reach as high as you can. And then we're gonna do forward fold, and we're gonna walk out in the downward dog. Here, think about pushing your shoulders to the wall behind you. And sticking your bum super high in the air. And then you're gonna walk out in high plank. And then slowly lower into your belly on the ground. And then you're gonna push up into the cobra stretch. And then look over one shoulder, maybe bend your leg if you want. And then look over the other shoulder, and then bend your other leg. From here, we're gonna push up into tabletop. So just push back, maybe you have to walk your knees in closer to your hands to get a nice straight back. And then we're gonna do a couple of back circles, so rounding at the top, arching in the bottom, and then just doing some nice rib circles. And then we're gonna go in the opposite direction. And then from here, we're gonna do cat-cow a couple times. So round your back up and then look at the ground and try to engage your shoulders like we did with Sarah. So you're pushing the ground away. And then you're gonna arch and come into this position. And really try to pull your shoulders and hips together, if that makes sense. And then we'll go back up to rounding our back and pushing the ground away. And then come back in this position. Now, I call this stretch a high hip child's pose because I'm going to keep my hips where they are. And then I'm just going to simply walk my hands out as far as you can and press your shoulders onto the ground. And then I like to walk my shoulders to one side, maybe the right side, the left side. And then you're going to walk them to the other side. Got to keep it even. Stand. Good. The next one is we're going to do 10 alternating arm and leg raises. So you're just going to pick up one arm and then raise the other leg. And then you're going to hold at the top for about 3 seconds. And then you're going to switch and do the other side. Try not to arch your back and keep it nice and strong. And we're going to do about 10. Good, and then when you're done that, we're going to lie on our bellies and stick your arms out into a T position, and then we're going to do 10 scorpions. So if you don't remember, that's when you bring your leg up and then reach for your opposite hand, and try to keep your chest on the ground as much as possible. Good. And then from there, we're going to do 10 Supermans. So instead of, you're going to bring your arms above your head like this. And then you're going to, it's like the alternating leg raises. You're going to bring one arm up and then the other arm up. And then you're going to hold it. Then you're going to switch. And you're going to do it 10 times. Make sure you hold it at the top for about 3 seconds. Good, and then when you're done that, you're gonna roll onto your back. And then you're going to do 5, I call them back rolls. I'm not really sure what their actual name is. But you're just gonna hug your knees in super close. And then roll on your back, and then come back up to sitting. So you're gonna do 5 times. And then we're going to do the opposite of scorpions, which is called iron cross. So you're going to lie on your back in the same T position, and then you're going to bring your leg up and then cross it over to the opposite hand, and then bring it back up and down. Try to keep the leg super strong and rigid, so you're not just flopping over. You want to bring it up super strong, and then to the side super strong as well. And try to keep it as straight as you can. A lot of things to think about. Good. And the next one, I actually stole from the Riverside Therapeutics Facebook page because I've been posting a lot of back and posture physio kind of exercises that you can do if you're having some back pain. And this one is I found really awesome. So you're gonna lie on your side with your hips at a 90. I don't know what way to position myself to show you guys this best. And then you're going to put your arms out in front of you like this. In the video, they put a pillow under your head, so if you find it more comfortable, you can, but I don't really have one here. Then you're going to take your top arm and then open it, and then bring it across, and then hold it here for about 3 seconds so you're super open, and then bring it back like that. So we're going to do about 5 on each side. Do them at your own pace. And make sure you do your other side as well. But then make sure you got that 90 degrees at your hip, and then your arms are out straight, and then you're just opening up and making pretty much that same T shape that we've been using for a couple of exercises. Awesome. And they also have a couple progressions for that one too on their Facebook if you like that one. Now the next one is alternating arm and leg raises, but we're on our backs this time instead of our stomach. So we're gonna lie down and hold our arms and legs up like this. And then you're gonna go opposites down at a time and let it hover above the ground, and then come back. And you're gonna do 10. 10 is the magic number for this workout. Try to keep your forward to back connection that Sarah always talks about for this one, because it's definitely easy to let the lower back arch. And I totally lost count, so I'm just going to judge by everyone else here. And then we only have one left. So when you guys are done that, because obviously you can't count to 10, we're going to chill here in the nice butterfly pose. And we're going to start with kind of a neutral back, I guess. We're not rounding, we're not super straight, we're just chilling here in butterfly. And then we're going to round our back. And then we're going to sit up super tall. And then we're going to round. And then super tall again. And this time we're going to go nose to toes. So to start with straight, 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 straight. Then when you can't hold your straight back, you're going to round it over. And then you can also reach out your arms straight in front of you if you need a deeper stretch. And that is all I have for today.